Hey guys, and welcome back on my YouTube channel. It's your boy Troll. So in today's video I'm gonna show you how you can get stronger to basically destroy the block you have right now and progress further in the game. If we take my free-to-play account right now, I am stuck, literally stuck, on chapter 410 in the Hell campaign. From what I saw so far, a lot of you are stuck on this chapter, on this basically level. So I will show you what I will do or have done on my account, the free-to-play account, to basically be able to pass this level, and hopefully I will be able to pass it with you today. Now, before we start the video, guys, I just want to remind you that tomorrow we're gonna have a huge streaming session, a lot of summons, all of my accounts. I'm gonna review your accounts as well. So if you want me to review your account or summon on your account, make sure to DM me on Discord, Twitch, Discord, everything. All the links are in the description. But without any further ado, let's jump into the first advice. So, very first advice that I really realized not so long ago is I was stupid when it comes to the talents. As you know, you have this little building here, talent, and you can increase your talents per mark. I think it's mark. Yeah, it's per mark. And the arena. Now, in case of the arena, you can't do much. Like, you're gonna farm your arena, and eventually you're gonna increase till level 10 every one, and then you're gonna push further and further. So arena, there's not much you can do. However, the mistake I did on all of my accounts, to be quite honest, is I was focusing only on the mark, on the talent mark, that were my main heroes. For example, on my free-to-play account, my main hero was always Sana. So I was building her talents only. Now, yes, I did push some other levels. So for example, the Tower of Mark, I did push also the blue one, but I just did it for the stars and I left it there. However, very quickly I realized that my Yoko is really not doing a lot of damage. And then I went to the blue mark and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to level up her marks. So what I would really advise you, and actually what will show you a quick progress in the game, is once you achieved level 10 in every single level of your mark tower or mark talent, whatever, move to the next one. I finished my Sana level 10. Boom, I move to Yoko. Now I'm gonna finish Yoko level 10. I finish Yoko level 10. Boom, I move to the green one and I will upgrade the talents for my space. Now, obviously, if you have literally zero heroes, like for example me, Force Mark is completely useless. I don't even have a single hero level 100, so obviously ignore it. But I'm pretty sure that at least 3 of those mark will help your account overall. And believe me, even if you have just space, it will make a big difference for you. For example, the speed talent will help you in the arena just to be faster. Obviously, you're gonna have the gear. If you awaken your space, you're gonna have the artifacts. But eventually, the little difference to go first in the arena will go to the talents. So I really advise you, regardless how much marks you can farm, what level you are, once you finish level 10, move to the other mark tower, and believe me, not only your heroes will be stronger, but the total power of your account will really skyrocket. So it's very important that you don't just go into Tower of Mark, auto farm whatever is the highest level and you leave it there. No, farm every single one of them. But again, if you really have no heroes in a specific mark, ignore it. It's just pointless. So that's number 1. Let's go to number 2. So as you might know, when the game just started, we had a very specific emblem event. Basically, all the emblems you were able to loot were doubled. However, since the launch of the game, we didn't really hear anything about redoing such an event. Therefore, I would really not recommend you to wait for such an event to come, but I would recommend to actually farm your emblems to at least have level 1 in all the levels. So let's say you reached level 1 in crit damage. Now again, I would recommend to go to the full one. But if you don't have the energy, it's fine. It's better to do the events. But I would really recommend to at least have level 1 and basically fulfill your tree of emblems. Believe me, the emblems make such a difference in this game. Like for example, my Sana, thanks to the emblems, does way more damage. Same for my Yoko. I also started farming her emblems. There's still a lot to do, but as you can see, I at least tried to do level 1 here, level 1 here, level 2 here. Again, I'm not going to spend thousands of energy, but whenever there is nothing to do in between the events and you just know that you have the energy to basically spend on something else, do the emblems, guys. I know you are focused and I hope you are focused on the events, but emblems is also very important and we can't wait till the day the event for double emblems comes back, because it will really hold you back. So try at least every now and then to sacrifice, I don't know, like 500, 600 energy to farm your emblems, especially for your main heroes. Again, Awaken 1, Awaken 2, you don't need so many emblems. As you can see, I have 5,000 of my Maya because by farming your emblems for your main hero, so for example, in my case, Senna, just throw in some random heroes and on the long run, you will still win emblems for them. So whenever you're gonna awaken them, you're gonna have those emblems. Like for example, my Whim, I just put him to A3. However, I never used him for farming the emblems and now I'm stuck with no emblems and most probably I will have to farm them to see a difference. Now, a 6% HP, that's a lot, guys. Like 6% damage reduction, that's a lot. The further and further you go in the game, those little things will make the difference. This is the difference that will make you survive from one wave to another and eventually push you to the boss, is those emblems. Obviously, there's way more to do, but again, so don't wait for the emblems. Don't either go all in into the emblems, but from time to time, 100, 300, 500 energy every week, here and now, you will get eventually to full emblems. Again, just farm your main hero, throw some Awaken 2, Awaken 1, and eventually you're gonna have enough of emblems to build everything. So that's advice number 2. Let's go to advice number 3. Now, when you're gonna build your team, so that's advice number 3, by the way. Obviously, I would not recommend to build a team only with epic heroes, but I will also not recommend to build a team with only legendary heroes. The skill ups in this game, especially as a free-to-play, are really hard to get. If you don't focus on the events, which again, I really recommend focus on the events, legendary scrolls are not so easy to get. From what I know, the only free-to-play scrolls that you can get, it's once per week in the activeness in your guild. And even those, if you don't have an active guild, it's not that easy to get. So eventually, you're gonna just come down to events to get those legendary scrolls. Like for example, Challenge Marius, you're gonna get one at 7,000. And even I think the easier ones don't really give you legendary scrolls. Yeah, they give you epic ones. Now, once you have fully built your epics, like for example, in my case, I only built 2 supports, you can then, which I really also advise, is start using your epic scrolls. You can use 10 epic scrolls to level up 1 legendary skill, or obviously 1 legendary skill. But eventually, since the legendary ones are really hard to get as a free-to-play, don't worry by using the epic ones. Again, you will not build so many epic heroes, but when you start the game, especially when you start the game, try to take at least 2-3 epics and 2 legendaries, because it will take you a very long time to skill up properly a legendary hero. That's also why I always advise you to build 1 by 1, because even my Sana, like to skill up, like full skill up, you need what? 20 scrolls. 20 scrolls, guys. Yoko was easier, I think. She needed less. She needed 19. Still, it's a lot. However, my space is 10. It's 20 as well. It's incredible. So yeah, make sure to not make full legendary team. I know legendary sounds nice, but believe me, I did plenty of videos. There's a lot of epics that are better than legendaries, and eventually you're gonna need the support from the epic heroes. So divide wisely and build hero by hero, because having level 2 skill ups in every single hero won't help you. However, having cooldown on your main heroes and having an ultimate way faster, that will help you for sure. Now, I want to say that, oh yes, you can build your gear, oh yes, you can build your artifacts. Like we all know that, right? I'm not going to go through this. I really think my audience is intelligent enough to know that you need to build your gear. However, especially early mid game, it's way better you focus on the correct set, which will give you a direct effect, like for example here, crit rate, crit damage, and here crit rate, leech, etc., rather than focusing on some 4-star gear just because there's one or two good substats. Ignore the substats, especially when you're beginning the game, and focus on the sets. The sets give you way more at the very beginning than the substats. Now, if you're lucky and you have the gear you want with the correct substats, well, then you go. Congratulations, you won. However, if you don't have the correct substats and you're like, oh, I would love to, for example, use crit rate, crit damage set, but all of my gear is shit and I don't have the correct substats, don't give a fuck about it. Honestly, go for the set. To obtain 10 crit rate or 15 crit damage, especially when you are starting the game, is really hard. Unless you roll into the perfect substats, you won't have them anyway. So focus on the sets. It will be a game changer. Same for the artifacts. Try to have the correct stat that you're looking for. Don't put any random one just because you have a 4-star, 5-star. Even if it's a 3-star, it's better that you put the correct main stat rather than putting and throwing some random artifacts. Like for example, my Yoko, she had a I throw in a 4-star artifact just because it's attack. I had a 5-star, 6-star that I sold because I literally don't need them and I need a lot of gold right now. But I didn't have anything that was above 4 stars that I had attack. However, putting HP on her or putting defense is completely useless. However, attack and being able to, for example, one-shot something in the arena or during a wave in some content will be way better for you. Believe me. Like the further you go to in the game, the fastest you need to kill the enemies. It's not about getting super tanky, it's about killing them faster and faster. So believe me, focus on the correct stats. Now in regards to the stats and the gear, I am working right now on my Google Sheet. My Google Sheet. My Google Sheet. And by the end of this weekend, I should have all the stats per hero and as well the best gear per hero. So again, the link to my Google Sheet is in the description. Make sure to check it now and then. I don't think I'm gonna make a special video about it, or maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that's it. I think that's it. Is there anything better? Let's see. That's it. I mean, again, obviously there's the auras, there's the awaken, there's the exclusive, but it's pointless for me to waste your time and speak about that. So let's now try to jump into Hell Campaign stage 410 and try to pass it now. So obviously the main point in this game is to push the campaign further and further, so you unlock more and more content and then eventually to get your Catherine. I really truly believe that getting 3-star in the campaign is way easier than finishing campaign quests. So yeah, you're gonna push and then eventually you're gonna get stuck. Now, most probably 99% of the cases, you're gonna get stuck on automatic, and from that moment all you need to do is to play manually. Even on my main account, I think from chapter 6, I was only playing manually to pass the stages and eventually 3-star the stages. In Hell mode, unless your full team is A5, you cannot rely on automatic. So if you're stuck, don't say you're stuck, try it manually, test it out multiple times, and believe me, eventually you will pass it out. So let's try this one on manual. Hopefully it will not take too much time for you. We're gonna change Yoko. All we need is the damage. We're gonna kill her so she doesn't apply too much poisons. I don't need any heals now. So let's see how this goes. Now, obviously for chapter 10 in Hell mode, Liz is just the best one that you can get, because Liz can cleanse all of the damage on the poisons. So having only Maya and Wim is really a disadvantage for me. I don't think that was English, but you understand my point. I am screwed. So Liz, from a certain point, for me, especially as a free-to-play, she just becomes better. Now, very end game, Maya is amazing, but it's just lacking this cleanse of dots will really start to be a pain in hell mode. As you can see, even right now, my Yoko, I really hope, oh, okay, she will survive, hopefully. Let's try to regen so HP, 400k. Hot damn. Those are the talents. This damage, mainly thanks to the talents. Now, what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start doing only auto attacks. So eventually all my skills will be back when we are against the boss. That's also the advantage of playing manually, that you can basically decide what will be ready or not for the boss. Now, when it comes to 410, the strategy is you have to focus Luna. Guys, it's pointless to focus anything else. She will revive everything, so focus Luna mainly. Now, if you have AoE damage and you are able to kill something on the side, go ahead. But eventually, you really have to focus Luna. If you don't focus Luna, again, she will just revive everyone. You're gonna focus on one. By the time someone dies, your team dies as well. So just focus Luna, and then you go one by one on the sides. So as you can see, without Liz, without being able to cleanse those poisons, you're gonna take so much damage in your face. So yeah, with Liz, this stage is just so much easier. But we don't have Liz, so we're gonna try it like that. Now, so far, I think we should be okay-ish. Again, I'm doing this mainly thanks to the fact that I'm manual. On automatic, I would have been already dead, like 100%. Now, again, I'm not saying just because you play on manual, you'll be able to finish everything. Far from there. At one point, you're just gonna get stuck and you're gonna have to awaken your champions. Like, it's not a surprise, it's not a secret. Like, you cannot finish Hell Campaign with just 1 or 2 Awaken 5. Eventually, you're gonna get stuck and you're gonna... Oh, Yoko! Pa pa pa! 300k! Pra pra pra! Okay, anyway. But yeah, there you are. I just played manually. I have 2 A5. I have no cleanse. And we did it, guys. And now, I just gonna push further and further. So yeah, guys, if you need help, make sure to be there tomorrow on my stream. I will try to help you out the most I can. We're gonna make huge summon sessions on all of my accounts. Hopefully, I will get a double legendary on all of them. If you want me to summon on your account and give you my amazing troll luck, okay, message me on Discord. Anyway, guys, all the links are in the description. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video.